Hello, welcome to HeroesMart Homeschool Academy training video for how to take an exam. In this training video, we're going to be discussing how to take an exam, how to register for your exams, if you want to do a bulk exam, just sort of how to do this, and also how to access your grades. We feel this will be necessary whenever you're ready to take your midterm or your final exams. It'll be helpful to know how to navigate the website. So let's begin by going here to the address bar. You can type in one of these three links, HeroesMart.com, homeschool.heroesmart.com, heroesmart.com/school. Any of those three URLs will get you to the correct page that we need to be. Upon doing that, just select this green tab here that says Home, and it'll take you straight here. On the left-hand side, you have Access Panel. You'll want to select the option here that says Examination Resources. So let's do that now. Once you've accessed that page, the very first tab says Examination Timetable. Let's start there, and we'll work our way all the way down. So on this page, you'll see all of the exams that a student can potentially take in one full year. From the since we're logged in as a pre-K student, this is going to be all the exams just for pre-K. You don't necessarily have to take every exam if you don't want to, although some parents find that it is helpful to take all of the exams so that you can ensure that your student has no gaps in his or her understanding. But in this very first column, you'll see where it says first semester midterm exams. And what that is suggesting is an exam after the student has completed the first semester midterm. And that covers weeks 1 through 9. So on the 9th week, at the very end of the 9th week, if you want to just test your students' understanding and of the certain concepts that have been covered in the previous 9 weeks, this is a great place to come to do that. You can select any one of these options here. If you want your student to test for English language arts, you can select this tab. If you want to test your students' mathematics understanding, Bible journey, basic skills, etc., all the way down, you can purchase these exams individually. You can register and purchase them individually. You can also choose, and you may choose to do this, bulk register. By bulk registering, you can purchase all of the exams that cover the various subjects that you see here, and you can just purchase it in bulk. This is a nice feature for several reasons. Number one, it's probably more convenient. You don't have to worry about purchasing the exams individually. Number two, it is less expensive because you're going to be experiencing the discount that comes to play with bulk registering, and so we find that that's helpful for a lot of families as well. Let's begin by just purchasing an individual exam. So we'll select English Language Arts midterm for the first semester. You'll just select this option right here. As you're doing that, it'll load and it'll take you to the checkout. On this checkout page, you can go ahead and confirm everything's correct, the correct subject, the correct exam, the correct fee, which is $10, and then you'll just want to go ahead and register for the exam plus purchase the exam. So let's do that here. I'm going to be registering with for English Language Arts first semester midterm. And just fill everything in here. You can put your information here. Okay, once you've done that, you can just select the Submit button, and it says there are no validation errors. Great. Once you've submitted that, you can press OK and allow that transaction to process. It takes a few seconds. Now that we have registered for that specific exam, the very next thing I want to do is to show you is you can go to Homeschool Academy, select that tab, go back to your home page, and we're going to access this Examination Resource tab again, but this time, instead of going to Examination Timetable to register, we're going to select Upcoming Examination. So let's go ahead and select Upcoming, and there it is. We have our upcoming exam. We can start the exam, and we're going to allow that to start, and here it is. This is examination for language arts first semester midterm. You'll just want to go through and have your student complete the exam. And as you can see at the very top, it'll ask you if you want a timer, or if you don't want a timer, you can select the correct. If you prefer to have the timer display for you, you can display the timer. If you choose not to, that's okay, you can hide it. You just want to go through and select all of the correct answers. And while we're taking this exam, I would like to mention that the student can choose to take these exams for the midterm and for the final are perfectly optional. Midterm and final for both semesters, the student may choose or may choose not to take the exam. However, the exit exam is mandatory. It is the exam that's required for exiting the grade year. As such, the student will want to make sure that he or she is prepared to take the exam that covers all of the subjects. It's a 55 or 60 question exam, and it covers all of the subjects. And the reason for these intermittent exams is to prepare the student for the exit exam. The exit exam is also the same exam that a student will take for placement. So the exit exam is equivalent to the placement exam, and both of them are mandatory. And so we would expect the students to be prepared for that as they are ready to move to the next grade year. Okay, so we're almost here. We're going to finish this exam, final question, and that's done. Now that that's done, we're going to wait for it to calculate for us. Great. Answered 9 out of 21 questions correctly. So what we're going to do now is go over to the examination resources page. By the way, you can also view analytics. This is a cool feature. You can select view analytics and it'll give you a breakdown of your student's score. So you're able to see exactly what you missed, and it just gives you an overview of everything. It's really helpful for understanding the breakdown. But for now, we're going to go to My Grades. So you can select My Grades, and you'll want to select the correct subject. So we have English Language Arts, and we have the exam that we just took. And once you select those two, it'll give you the exam all over again. And this is where you can go to see the grades in the event you've gone through in the past and even looked at the correct answers, and maybe you didn't save it, or for some reason or another you forgot your grade. You can just return to this page and it'll give you the grade for that exam as well. Another cool feature that you can do is when you're ready, you can return to examination resources, select previous examinations. And by selecting previous examinations, you're able to review your exam, which some people find helpful, being able to walk through the exam all over again. This is especially helpful if you've committed yourself to taking the optional midterm and final exams. As you're taking the midterm and final exams, those grades are being stored, the questions are being stored, and you can leverage that for the exit exam. So you're able to get a thorough review prior to registering for the exit exam. Another feature I want to show you back on this page of examination resources, we'll go to the very bottom here and it says report card. So this is where you're able to see the actual grade for the subject and the midterm that you've taken. So as you can see here, it gives the specifics of what the exam consisted of, the exam date, the semester, the subject, even the exam type, and it tells you your grade. You can print this report and have it for your records, for your portfolio, use it to, if you plan to re-enter a public school or private school institution, you can use it to validate and confirm your grade, your proper grade level, and you're submitting your grades to the administration there. So it's really helpful to have all of your grades and all of your exams recorded. You always have access to them, and so that's really helpful. But I think that's all we're going to cover in this training video. And And yes, that's all we'll be covering. So until next time, bye-bye now.